So what I decided to do was go out and get a Boyd stock. And I want the rifle to look nice, although I need it to be stable, right? I wanted something to dress it up. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I had a nicer rifle, and I'm talking wood stock. It was a Winchester featherweight 70 30-06 in 30-06 caliber, and I've tried pretty hard to get that sucker to shoot. As a matter of fact, I've tried 25 reloads for that, and I have got out of that, I've got one load that will shoot what I call A grade, which is less than 1 MOA, and that's with the 137 grain Hammer Hunters. The rest of them, the best I could get is maybe 1.5 inches, and that was with some Sierra Game Kings, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. And then factory loads out of that model 70. The best I could get was 1.2 MOA at 50 yards. I was too lazy to walk out to 100. And that was with the 180 grain Federal Power Shocks. And I got 1.8 MOA out of 165 Winchester Power Points. And then 165 Federal Fusion, 1.8. I could not, I struggled getting that thing to shoot. And if you watch the earlier video, not that it shot great, some of it may be me, but I could get this TC Venture, which cost me $275 when I bought it, with a 3-9 scope. I could get it to shoot better. Matter of fact, with the factory rounds out of that, I have, with the Federal Fusions, give me a 7/8 inch group. And then the Federal Premium Partitions give me a 3/4 inch group. And Federal Fusions again give me a 0.7 MOA at 100 yards. 1.25 inch with American Whitetail Hornadies. 1 3/8 with Remington Corelocks. 1.25 inch with Federal Power Shocks. And there's a few more in there. But you can see that this, I hate talking about this because this is rough, but this simple budget rifle, whatever they did to this, I don't know if it's the rifling or how the action hits the chamber or if it's all in line, it's the design of the bolt, but a lot of your factory intro level rifles can shoot better than my $1,600 or $1,800 after the scope Winchester Model 70. Now that's not to poop on it, but it's just the facts. I could not get, I want to curse, but I wrestled with that thing for a year and couldn't get it to shoot any better than 1.25 inches. I know some of it's me. I know some of it's my rest and the way I shoot. I get that, but I couldn't do it. So I went back to this TC Venture. I've killed several elk and I don't know how many deer with this. Too many to count, really. I've used this for about 10 years now. So what I did is I went out and I decided to settle on this. I'm going to shoot this with my 3-9. It's good for timbered areas. and it works the east and the west. So what I decided to do was go out and get a Boyd stock because I like wood stocks. Sorry about this chair squeak. All right, anyways, it's my grandpa's old chair. I'm not getting rid of it. I don't care if the squeak bothers you. So I went out and got a Boyd stock, and I want the rifle to look nice, although I need it to be stable, right? So their most stable, I believe, their most stable stock build is their most stable stock build is out of these the laminated stocks, and I wanted to have some figure just to pretty up that rifle that I'm probably going to shoot until I die, right? Because I'm not buying anymore. I'm going to learn that rifle like inside and out, which I already kind of have, but I wanted something to dress it up, so I got a Boyd stock. All I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to change out the stock now, with this TC Venture, which is no longer made. Hopefully they're back in production. TC will make these again. They were accurate rifles. The only thing I don't like about them, and actually I've learned to live with it because in the brush it stays out of the way, is their bolt design. Their bolt's a little funky. But I'm going to swap this out. I'm not going to pillar bed it. I'm not going to bed the action or put pillars in it. Honestly, I'm kind of excited. I want to get it in a good looking stock and get it swapped over and then go out and try it here. I don't think I'm going to film that. I get tired and bored of filming me shooting. But what I am going to do is I'll probably show or report back on how it shoots. Now, as it sits with the reload that I'm shooting for groundhogs right now, which is 110 grain 30 caliber, I think I have this to 1.25 inches with that 110 grain load. I could, so 1 1/8 actually. I got it to 1 1/8 with that 110 grain bullet, which is a short stubby bullet. It's a Hornady VMAX. It's a short, stubby little bullet. And I've heard, I don't do a whole lot of research online, but I've heard that these are not the easiest things to get the most precise accuracy. It's a flat base, 110 grain bullet. But I'm in groundhog hunting season, so that's what I loaded. That's the most accurate load I got so far. I'm not farting around with it anymore. I know what it's capable of. It'll give me a 3-inch group at 300 yards. Good enough, right, for a groundhog. They're yay wide. So I'm going to swap this out. The one thing that's nice about Boyd, which you can't get in these factory stocks, I think this is a 13 3/4 trigger pull. My trigger pull is shorter. I'm not a tall guy and I don't have long arms. So I was able to customize this, and you can see I've got a Monte Carlo stock on this. I'm actually pretty excited about that because the regular stock that I had, which you probably saw in a video, I have to build it up in order for my eye to align with the scope. I'm hoping that Monte Carlo gets me closer, or at least close enough where I don't have to add anything to this Boyd stock. But anyways, I'm just going to start. Like I said, I'm a little excited about this. I like wood rifles, or wood stock rifles. The other thing about that laminated stock is that it is going to be, because it's basically plywood, it's going to be more stable than just a chunk of wood, which maybe I'll show later on. But I was going to make my own, and I've made flintlocks and stuff, and thought, well, I'll just make my own rifle stock, which would have worked out great. I had some character grade maple. It actually had worm shit in it, which leaves like dark streaks from the beetles that bore in there and stuff, and had curl to it. But, halfway through, because I was excited and I was listening to a podcast, halfway through I blew through the bottom end where the magazine goes in, and on this rifle it's kind of real particular because the stock makes up the magazine well. Anyways. There's nothing wrong with this the way it is, by the way. If you want it to be durable, this Hogue stock is a good stock to use for that. Or at least has been for me. We all know there's about 10,000 ways to skin a cat. It'll be interesting to see how well inletted it is, to see if I need to do anything. If I do, I'll cut the video and I'll just give some relief to it and then not bed the stock, but mount the stock. And speaking of bedding, I'm doing this without bedding it because I want to see what it does beforehand. Maybe I'll show you the grouping that this rifle got off of a picnic table and rice bags. Again, I guess I just talked about it. 7/8 inch group, a 0.7 group, and another 3/4 inch group or whatever with some factory loads. But Boyd's will give you order them for this particular rifle. You get your laminated inletted stock, and then I bought. It comes without any extra cost. It comes with a polymer trigger guard, but I bought a better one. And then this is the magazine catch. I should have freaking paid attention. I don't know which direction. Shit. Ready? Damn it. I just pulled it off like a monkey wearing mittens, and I should have paid attention. Yeah, I'll figure out which way that goes for the stock. They send you this piece of plastic that locks in the freaking magazine. So I'll end up, I don't think I'll change out this yet. I may. I just want to get this damn thing on. Yeah, I may need to bed it. But I want to check the accuracy of it without doing anything to it. And then I'm going to bed it and shoot some of these factory rounds that I've got. And see how it does with those. You ever wonder if newscasters ever have pants on? I don't know why. Don't ask me why I'm mentioning this. But you ever wonder? I remember when I was in basic training, they would take your picture and they would just throw the McDonald's hat on you and freaking give you a top for a picture that you could send home to your family. And I think I told my family, but what most people don't know is that underneath that suit and stuff, there is no there's really no other uniform. They threw a top on you. I'm looking at this to see how maybe this goes in, but they threw a top on you and they took your picture and shoved you out the door. I got an interesting story about that too. That whole incident led to basically my whole platoon puking because two drill sergeants weren't talking to each other. You come out of there and one makes you drink water because it was a hot environment. They had you drinking water, and then we ran from one, and they had us drink 2 quarts. And the way you used to do it is you'd hold it above your head to show the damn thing was drank. And then we ran to another drill sergeant, and they had us hold 2 quarts above our head. And so at that point, I drank 4 quarts of water, a gallon of water, and a short amount of time, and the whole platoon was puking as they were smoking us, and I ended up puking on top of my senior drill sergeant's freaking spit polished boots. Yeah, that didn't go well for me. The point I bring up to that is I am after work. I have a shirt on and shorts on, but I don't have my normal garb on, I guess. Kind of dressed like a newscaster might be. I don't know, my mind goes weird places. I'm going to grab my magazine, see if that locks in. One thing I liked about that Winchester was it had a floor plate. That floor plate's actually pretty convenient. So, I think Dumb Monkey put that in backwards. Yep, I'm going to hope so. Either that or it doesn't fit and I got to inlet it. Woodstock's got to get dings, right? Jeez. I'm going to start posting videos of like my daily work, and for no other reason other than to post so it feeds this channel for hunting, maybe? I don't know. Or to show what ordinary guys who hunt do throughout the day. And you'll see I'm a little tired, so I'm a little dilly. Plus I've had 2 glasses of wine. Don't judge me. The other thing I gotta check after I'm done here is my eye relief. The washer above didn't help either. So I'm gonna take a break, figure it out before I fuck up too much. Okay, I got it back together. It did require a shim under the catch for the magazine, and it locks in pretty tight now. I can't push it loose or anything. So what I'm going to do, and I won't tell you what I shimmed it with, but I will tell you it only cost me a penny. I know there's some armchair and probably professional gunsmiths. They're like, what the heck? But, yeah, cost me a penny. Alright, now what I want to make sure is that it cycles my blue dogs. Can't believe I just said that. Then I want to see the clearance on this thing. I already checked the eye relief when I did it. It seemed pretty good. So I could probably go out and shoot. Cycle's fine. Up on some eye relief on 3 powers. Good. My cheek, I could lift my cheek up like a 1/4 inch maybe, but I don't think I'm gonna waste that or bother with that on this stock. And then, yeah, that's a clear picture. That's me down. So maybe 1/2 inch actually of rise on it would be nice. I could have got this with a an adjustable cone back here, but I didn't want to. You know, this is my deer hunting rifle. It's my tool, and I don't go to, I don't shoot any long distance stuff. I just hunt, and I shoot a lot, so I can hunt halfway decent. What was one other thing I wanted to check? Oh, clearance. See if it's floating. Poor old me, I don't have a dollar bill to check that. I got a 3x5 card. got a 3x5 card clearance on it, and I just want to go out and shoot it. The trigger, or the trigger pull on it is a lot nicer than a lot of other stuff now. Gun's pretty close to the eye, but whatever. Cool. Maybe I'll show you the group if I shoot one, but that's my new pretty rifle. And to be honest with you, I should have probably taken my $275 rifle that kills elk, bear, and deer. And I should have just got this stock in the beginning if I was wanting a pretty rifle. Mostly because there's some sentimental value to that. I had a friend who bought me this rifle, and then, you know, my first trips out west and everything, 30-06, I should have just dressed it up instead of spending the extra money. I sold that Winchester and got half of what I paid for it, which at that point I was so frustrated. Somebody could have bought it for a kiss, and I would have sold it, which is a shame. That rifle, the Model 70, has so much history, but hey, doesn't mean jack squat if it don't shoot, right? Anyways, I'll show you the grouping if I go out and shoot, or when I go out and shoot. But it's groundhog season, and I'm practicing by killing groundhogs. So maybe you'll catch me on that. Maybe you'll catch me at the range. Maybe you'll catch me at work. I'm not sure which. Alrighty, see ya. Thanks. Bye. Oh, don't forget to get out and explore your nature.